Feedback. Feedback.
Hi, this is Theo Broughton.
And I am Thabiti Mpinga.
Inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for Feedback,
A positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
and take us along with you.
Feedback. Feedback. Feedback.
And take us along with you. Thank you so much for tuning in to Hood Research Feedback. And we just want to let you know that we're going to have a very, very challenging, a very, very exciting, very, very informative morning. I want to say happy Monday to all of those of you who I had a chance to talk with and meet over the weekend, and our event at the airport was fantastic. You're going to have to join Hood Research. My co-host this morning.
Yes, indeed, folks. That's right. You better join Hood Research. Get some of the benefits of information, connecting what's going on in the public. All of these nonprofit organizations getting things done. It's important. We had a big event over there at the Coleman A. Young Airport this last Saturday, Miss Broughton. Talking about voting.
Yes.
The ballot. This is a general election for the presidency this year, and it's a lot going on. So we had a lot of people in the building on Saturday, huh?
Yes, we did.
Talk to
And
us.
the candidates came out and they shared their ideas as to what they will do upon being elected to their various offices. We even had a couple of people there who were in the November election for the school board. So I don't want anybody to forget that we have to be concerned about who gets elected to our school board. And there was a young lady I had not spoken with for a long time, and she is Miss Merriweather, and she was the first African-American helicopter pilot for the city airport, which is now called the Coleman Young International Airport, and also the first African-American helicopter pilot in the country.
Wow.
Oh, yes, very good. So anyway, that was a very good day. But you know, we have a guest with us this morning. But before we get into that, you got to know this election that we're involved in right now is so serious, so very, very serious. And that's what we're going to talk about this morning as well. But first, I want you to hear Reverend Otis Moss III talk about democracy, because democracy is on the ballot.
This past Tuesday, on Tuesday night, I was watching a debate. Yeah, I kind of felt the same way when I was watching the debate, the way some of you all just responded. But God placed something on my heart that I would like to share with everyone here and those who are online with us today. Politicians never do the right thing unless a moral witness, a prophetic wing, or an ethical enclave stand before them and demand change. Abraham Lincoln did not free the slaves because he felt like it, but he was forced into glory by the moral witness of the likes of Frederick Douglass. FDR did not create the New Deal because it was a good idea, but he was forced into glory by the moral witness of people who demanded action during the Great Depression. Lyndon Baines Johnson did not sign the Civil Rights Bill and the Civil Rights Act because it was a nice idea, but he was forced into glory by the work of Martin Luther King Jr., John Lewis, and Fannie Lou Hamer, and others. Unfortunately, in our American political system, candidates and parties are beholden to special interest. But never forget, we the people have power. We the people, black people, kissed by nature's sun, have power. We have power in our vote. We have power in organizing. We have power with our pocketbook. We have power with our voice. And we have spiritual power connected to our faith. Black people have historically saved America from itself. Black people have historically been a moral witness demanding this democracy include all who yearn to breathe free. I believe the choice this November is not between two candidates, but two visions of this nation. One vision romanticizes the Confederate mythology that was birthed from the antebellum South. Another vision still sees America as the yet-to-be United States of America. I cannot support any vision. You can vote for whoever you want to, but I cannot support any vision that speaks to making America great again, because my conscience and my soul tell me when a person states America with the past tense language was great, I must speak up and say, what year are you talking about? Was it before I could vote, or was it a year I was considered nothing more as chattel? Was it a year when women did not have the right to vote, or was it the year before unions had been organized? I cannot support anyone's false nostalgia of white supremacy. I believe democracy is on the ballot. For some, and I understand it, the only issue is the horror, tragedy, pain, and destruction of human thriving in the occupied territory we call Gaza. For others, it is Gaza, the Congo, the Sudan, and Haiti. But I say to us all, we must look at all issues, foreign and domestic. For the question before us is, what will this country be? Not for our children, not for our grandchildren, but for our great-grandchildren. We must, as a church, and when I speak of the church, I said we must, as a church, the black church collectively, not churches that just have black people in them. I'm talking about the black church of Frederick Douglass, the black church of Harriet Tubman, the black church of W.E.B. Du Bois and the souls of black folk, the black church of A. Philip Randolph, the black church of Ida B. Wells, the black church of Ella Baker, the black church of James Lawson, the black church of Willie Barrow, the black church of Jesse Jackson, the black church of Jeremiah Wright, the black church of James Cone, and the black church of Martin Luther King Jr. The question for us today, since democracy is on the ballot, is will we stand up for the 295,000 people who die as a result of poverty every year? The question for us today, since democracy is on the ballot, is will we speak for the 87 million people who are uninsured in this nation? The question for us today, since democracy is on the ballot, will we stand up for people such as members in this congregation who have to decide whether to pay their rent or purchase prescription drugs? The question for us today, since democracy is on the ballot, will we stand with our union sisters and brothers who are under attack by corporations who want to outlaw unions? For those who do not know, unions ended child labor. Unions created the 40-hour work week. Unions created the 8-hour work day. Unions provided unemployment benefits, workers' compensation, and your retirement benefits. That is because of the work of unions. The question for us today, since democracy is on the ballot, will we fight for HBCUs? They are being attacked across this nation, where conservative legislatures want the land that is our historically black colleges sit upon. They are coming after North Carolina A&T. They're coming after North Carolina Central University. They're coming after Florida A&M. They're coming after Alabama A&M, Jackson State, Albany State, Fort Valley Southern, any state institution that is a historically black college. Since democracy is on the ballot, will women, let me say it again, will women, not men, will women, not men, but will women have the autonomy to make medical decisions about their body, and will people of faith be present to offer compassion, love, prayer, and support regardless of their decision? Will we fight to ensure that every returning citizen has full citizenship rights after they've served their time in prison. Since democracy is on the ballot, will we seek to abolish the penal system of incarceration that is destroying our community? Since democracy is on the ballot, will we vote to protect our right to vote across this nation? Conservative legislators are passing laws to restrict voting rights and gerrymandering districts to dilute black political power. Since democracy is on the ballot, will we fight to protect this planet as we are seeing the effects of climate change right here in Chicago? Since democracy is on the ballot, you must know there are 46 judicial appointments the next president will make that will reshape voting rights, unionization, homelessness, and even possibly outlaw historically black colleges. Since democracy is on the ballot, I'm not a one-issue voter, but I'm a voter who votes to protect black issues. Since democracy is on the ballot, I'm asking today, right now, everyone in this village, if you are a registered voter, if you are an organizer, if you are part of a union, if you lead a block club, if you are a local activist, it's time for us to get together as a community and collectively as a church and do what our ancestors have done generation after generation and save this nation from itself. Democracy is on the ballot. Now, I said what I said, and I ain't taking it back.
Amen, amen, amen. That was some powerful, powerful preaching to this community. And the community all over the country needs to know that democracy is on the ballot. And how we choose to vote this election season is going to make a big difference in our lives. I know, Mark, that so often people think, oh, well, they're going to do what they're going to do. But they, whoever they are, that'll be referred to, have to respond to our actions. And if we don't get in gear and make some actions, they will do what they want to do, which includes getting rid of us. What did you think about that, Mark?
Well, I was listening to Pastor Moss, and he's right. Democracy is always on the ballot when you're voting, because that's what democracy is about, giving the people a chance to vote.
Yes.
And become part of the government. I mean, you are governed by the government, but you have a decision to make on who governs and what decisions they make. That's the laws.
Right.
And I was just online looking up a few things. And, I mean, we got to understand also the numbers. I mean, population is important.
Yes.
This is a country of about 400 million people. They say as of 2022, black people made up 47.9 million of that population, which amounted to about 14.4%. But we also got to understand, of that amount, 11% are foreign-born citizens. So even though we're black people, that encompasses a lot of different people. And you can say, America, what year were they great? But America is what? It is the beacon for the entire world. This is why people come from all over the world to America.
Right.
Because this is the economic engine for the entire world.
Right.
So people come here because they want to make a living. People come here because they want to make their mark. So we got to understand that. And some people come here with what? Preconceived notions about those of us who come from slavery. And we got to understand these remnants of slavery that have affected us, which is why we want to vote. A lot of times, they wouldn't let us vote. This is why we had to go and have a second voting right act. That was supposed to be covered in the 15th Amendment. But I mean, we had to go back and get a Voting Right Act because, you know, the Southerners decided our vote didn't count. And we fought to open this country to the world. People don't understand. America wasn't always like this. You know, America wasn't always open to all these other countries. They were open to the European countries. But America wasn't open to the world.
Right.
We opened America to the world. We made democracy what it is for people to come from other countries and say, I want a piece of that democracy. This is what the great thing they talking about, you know, is the openness now. We fought for civil rights. We died for civil rights. Our forefathers and ancestors were out there marching, getting bashed inside the head, getting shot, getting dog sicked on them, getting beat, getting killed. So these people can come from these other countries all over the world, Haiti, Cuba now, all these countries in Africa. You got a lot of black people from Africa that are British descent coming over here now. They can come because they opened the door with the 1965 Immigration Act. These are things that these people, and they come over here, and a lot of times they look down on us. See, this is why we got to understand the different dichotomies of blackness. Yeah, it's democracy that we fighting for, but we also are fighting on different fronts. These people are coming over here. You seeing more and more Africans taking your kids' scholarships now. There's more and more Africans going to UCLA than ever. These are scholarships that are set aside for what? Really for black people that come out of a struggle. And this is something we need to be talking about in these elections, because let's just be honest, we getting these people that they running for office, they don't believe in what we done dealt with. You had Barack Obama. He told you he was going to care. But he said a lot of stuff before he ran for that office or before he was before that election that a lot of people wasn't fond of. And they told him, look, if you're going to do this, you're going to have to renounce some people. So he had to renounce Jeremiah Wright. Of course, he was on the plane with Farrakhan. Oh, man, you better renounce Farrakhan. So we know we got to play this game because we don't want to admit how impactful racism is. Not only is democracy on the ballot, racism on the ballot. We better start dealing with this because this is real, Miss Bro, and we need to talk about this. Now, I'm going to go to this population thing because that's what I started with. I got off on a tangent because I'm concerned.
Absolutely.
Because the whole thing is about division.
Yes.
And they've divided us up into so many different groups. I don't even hear them talk about black men issues. You got the women out here like, well, we got black women issues. We have black people issues. Even he said it in his thing. He was like, black women this, then the men that. We not separate. We got to stop that. We all got the same issue. We got mental health issues. We got education issues. We got economic issues. They all the same. It ain't a woman economic issue. It's a black person economic issue.
Right.
But I'm going to go to these numbers so people can understand where we are.
Right.
There are 3 states mainly who make up about 30% of the black population in this country. Texas has the largest black population in this country. 4.2 million black people in Texas. Then you got Florida, and you know what they going through down in Florida.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, how you going to keep getting these Republican folks in, and you got 3.9 million black folks down there? That's because they won't allow them to vote. They make their votes disappear. You know when the Bush got put in there, they was cheating. That was a black enclave where they didn't want to count them votes. People don't remember that, talking about the hanging chads and all that foolishness.
Right.
Then you got Georgia, 3.7 million. And I give Georgia credit because they got 2 senators in there that's Democratic senators. But it wasn't easy. And that's when you got this is a battle we in.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's the main thing. Now, they also, I looked at the 10 metropolitan areas where black folks are located. And this is where you get the real numbers. And these are the areas. Number 1, New York, New Jersey City, and Pennsylvania. That means like Philadelphia. They're right on the edge there, Trenton and all of that.
Okay.
3.6 million. That's 7% of the black population. Then you got Atlanta, Sandy Springs, Wiswell, Georgia. Number 2 on the list, ranked by population. These are what you call urban areas. 2.2 million, 5%. Chicago. Now, we all know Chicago is huge. So it goes from Chicago, Elgin, Illinois. It even includes Indiana and some parts of Wisconsin.
Okay.
That's 1.7 million individuals. Then you got the Washington area, number 4. Washington, Arlington, Alexandria, D.C., Virginia, Maryland area. I was up to school and I know about that area. 1.6 million of the population of black people in that area. Dallas, Fort Worth, Arlington, Texas. I didn't even know it was higher than Houston. Dallas, Fort Worth, 1.3 million in that area. Philadelphia, Camden, Wilmington, 1.3 million. Houston, the Woodlands, Sugar Land, Texas, 1.2 million. Then you got Miami, Fort Lauderdale, West Palm Beach, 1.2 million. Then Detroit is number 9. We didn't fail so far on this list. Detroit, Warren, Dearborn area, 970,000. And then Los Angeles, because people think it's a lot of black folks in Los Angeles. Only 930,000 in the Los Angeles, Long Beach area.
Wow.
So that's about 15 million people in them 10 cities right there. That's a third of our population. And those are what? Those are mainly states. You know you're going to get California. You know that. But these other states are contested states. You know you're going to get New York. But you got Pennsylvania. You got Michigan. You got Georgia. You got Florida. These are contested states. So the numbers mean we got to get out and get serious, Ms. Bro.
I agree. I definitely agree with that. And when you share that kind of information, it makes people have to pause and say, wow, I didn't really know it was quite that serious. And when you talk about the illiteracy, did you share that?
And folks, go to Hood Research Facebook page. Just punch in Hood Research on Facebook. The page will pop up. I posted all these various studies from the Pew Research Center all the way to blackdoctors.org. You're going to find a lot of good stuff. And my goodness, our education, and we know just being here in Detroit, Michigan, that the education system has been tattered for so long. I mean, even when I was coming up in the 80s, you know, getting a decent education was a struggle. That's why they created Renaissance High School. And I was one of the first to be there when they first opened in 79. So it was pretty much Renaissance and Cash. They averaged in King later on. But nonetheless, the rest of the schools were just places to be. I mean, when I finally finished at McKenzie High School, I was in all of the honors classes. But, man, I saw some of them scores them honors kids were getting on the SAT, and I was like, my God, if I hadn't gone to Renaissance, I'd be in bad shape. And this is something we got to understand. They say 53.7% of black males in this country.
Women, 53.
Well, that's women, right? 53.7% of the women, right, are considered illiterate, undereducated. That's a lot.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
And 70% of the men, okay, illiterate.
So the women
Can't
is,
read.
yeah, a little over half for the women.
Right.
And almost 3/4.
And then once
for
you
the
average
men.
in 40% of black men have a felony on their records between 18 and 44, my goodness. We just did, and you try to figure out how do you build a family like that?
Right.
How do you build family with so many people out here illiterate, they can't read? And that's just how they average in this idea of why are we doing DEI? See, we got to start figuring out how this is all connected. We got to get rid of this diversity and inclusion piece, you know, diversity, equity, inclusion piece, because some of these people are just not qualified. That's what they're saying. And what they're saying is black people ain't qualified. And we got to wake up. This ain't got nothing to do with females or males. This is a racial issue. And we need to put racism on the ballot and let folks know we going to have to deal with this. Are you tired of racism, America? Are you tired of racism, black America? We can't keep dancing around this thinking that, oh, you know, we'll just dance around the obstacles and it'll be okay and go to the next phase. We got to obliterate these obstacles because our kids are looking at a future that's pretty bleak. And I mean, on different levels. I mean, we got Mr. Ford in here today to talk about people running red lights and killing people. It's crazy out here. And that's got a lot to do with people what? Just not caring.
Right.
And when you think you don't have a chance, you don't care. And you know you're illiterate. People, I mean, it ain't like something you got to figure out. You know when you don't know stuff.
Right, right.
I mean, they've been talking about letting people graduate from school illiterate for years. And we just been sitting around like, well, you know, that's part of the bargain. You know, it's
And they
black
call it
school.
social promotion or something they were calling
Yeah,
it,
that's
right?
what they were
Social
calling it.
promotion. And you know, it was sad for me to discover years ago that the Detroit public school system did not have 5 vocational schools. They had 6. And the one that they did not want to publicize was Benjamin Davis Aerospace.
How about that?
And you know, when young people are excited about learning, then they're concerned about reading, concerned about being on time, concerned about sitting there paying attention, you know, and they didn't even publicize. And when I say they, I'm talking about the school board and the superintendent, you know. So our young people were not aware of it.
Yeah. And I mean, we've been used as a people so much that, I mean, I think back to when they wanted to open up that Malcolm X Marcus Garvey Academy. And it was going to be an all-boys school at first. And the ACLU came in here and said that's against the law. You can't use public funds for an all-boys school. And then they pulled some women out there, and the women were protesting. The black women would put the girls in the school. And okay, it eventually became a unisex school with black boys and black girls. But it just, if you're trying to focus on, you already know the black males are struggling. If you're trying to focus on the black men, why can't we be allowed to do that? Even when the president decided with the what? They said, oh, we're going to have this initiative for the black men, and we're going to do something for the black boys. And the women were, I mean, they were just out of their minds mad about that. They were like, why can't you do something for the girls? I understand all of this, but we got to start building up the men so we can make life easier for the women. But that's the battle we in. Well, Brother Tim said we going to the break, Miss Brody.
All right. And thank you to everyone who has tuned in this morning and getting excited about this election and getting excited about strengthening our families, our homes, our community. And we'll be back momentarily.
Hello, I'm James Ford. I survived the red light runner, but will you? You know, Michigan has had 1,123 auto accident deaths a year. That's 21 per week. We know Detroit alone has 156 deaths, and that equals 3 a week. Those stats do not include the 550 people that are crippled and disabled a month. At 12 noon, September 18th, 2024, people in Detroit and other cities in Michigan will meet in Lansing, state capital, and complain about red light running, drag racing, and hallucinated driving. Yes, bring your lawn chairs. September 18th, Detroit and all Michigan cities will ask legislatures to enforce and enact laws that will stop drag racing and red light running and hallucinated driving. You know, this is not different than the Flint water crisis. People are dying. Join us Wednesday, September 18th, 2024. If you'd like, call 586-918-3061 for more information. Drag racing, red light running, hallucinated driving, it must stop. Stand up, September 18th. Call and share your input. Call 586-918-3061 or call 701-301-3118. Also, again, people of all nationalities, express your input and ideas at 586-918-3061 or 701-301-3118 to stop drag racing, red light running, and hallucinated driving. Thank you, and God bless everybody. Thank you.
It's the These Nuts Show with your host, Butter and friends. Butter here, magician escape artist, practicing for my show tonight. Come on in, have a seat.
All right, everybody settle. Butter, you're on in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Hold on a few seconds. There gotta be enough to get out of this one. Twist a little turn. Ta-da! It's showtime. It's your old friend Butter here. I may be a nut, but I know to wear my mask. Please welcome my first guest tonight, fitness guru, Wally Wallnut.
Wally Wallnut here to tell you to wash your hands with soap and water for 20 seconds so you will stay healthy and strong like me.
Almond Cruz here, sliding in with the news. Distance is what we must do to stay away from the chew and other germs in the air that might be trying to get on you. Social distancing is a wonderful way to see friends. As long as you're 6 feet apart, you win.
Hey there, friends. I wouldn't miss this for the world. It's me, Pumpkin Spice, your healthy girl. Remember, it's important to use your kind hearts and follow the signs to stay healthy and safe at all times.
Chica Chiminsky here to say, don't forget the little ones that need you to lead the way. That's how we remember to wash our hands, mask, and social distance today.
Morgan Raisin. Yes, it's me, here to sing about health and safety. We are all here to help get a message out to your grapevine, teaching healthy choices to stay safe all the time.
Don't let these guys drive you nuts. Put your mask on first. They'll let you be. And it keeps me safe from the
chew
that's trying to get on me.
Butter me up. She's right, you know. Thank you, Hallie Cranberry, for joining the show. Let's all be nuts about our health. Social distancing, wash your hands frequently, use hand sanitizer, and wear a mask. Practice what we learned to stay away from the chew germs. We're all in this together. Coming soon, the many adventures of these nuts in a theater near you.
Feedback.
Hi, this is Theo Broughton,
And I am Thabiti Mpinga,
inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for feedback.
a positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV. Watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
and take us along with you.
Feedback.
Always remember to take us along with you and also join Hood Research. We have some extraordinary things that take place with us, and you'll enjoy it. And now that we're getting back into the meetings in person, we want you to know that it's a good thing to participate with Hood Research. We are back, and Mark?
Yes, indeed. It is a good thing, folks. Go to the page. You're going to see everything. If you didn't get a chance to see that video, it is on the page. Check it out. Reverend Otis Moss III, as well as the other one with Otis Moss Sr. So good stuff about voting.
Right.
But the beautiful thing about Hood Research, folks, is the people that are members. And the people that are members are always doing some great things, got organizations that do great things. And we got with us today is Brother James Ford, the progenitor of the Obama weekend, doing great things, got a great history, former baseball scout. Matter of fact, we're going to do something with a former Negro League baseball player, me and Mr. Ford. We're going to do some things. This band, we've been around a long time, but your concern right now, for those who were watching that video right there at the beginning of the break, is dealing with people running red lights and endangering our citizens, the children, and everybody else out here. We need to step up for safe driving Talk to us, Brother James Ford.
Well, first of all, I just got to say, everybody in Detroit, on September 19th, they're going to have to look in the mirror. I can't be Theo Broden. I can't be Mark Cummings. Mark Cummings can't be James Ford, and Theo Broden can't be James Ford. But you're going to have to look in the mirror September 19th and see if you went to Lansing on September 18th. Because everybody got some skin in the game.
That's
now,
right.
Everybody got some skin in the game. You're going to have to make a choice, whether you're going to go to Lansing and stand up for safe driving or red light running, or you're going to live in agony for the rest of your life.
Or fear.
You got to make a decision also for your relatives that's coming into this city. Your relatives do not know how to count 1, 2, 3. They do not know how to drive in this city.
Mm-hmm.
You could be causing them to get blindsided if you do not go to Lansing on September 18th. Also, you're going to have to look in the mirror September 19th and say, did you go to Lansing? Because you are the one that's strapping your babies in the back of these cars. And that's where they're running into people, in the back of their cars. So when you look in the mirror on September 19th, did you go to Lansing on the 18th? That's what you're going to have to deal with. Also, if you live out of town, a little bit out of town, you want to come to Detroit or come to Lansing and join us and stand up for your people. Maybe some of your people may not be able to get to Lansing. Maybe they got to work that day. But stand up for your people.
That's
because there's a situation now where I was told, and it's true, there was a doctor killed in Dearborn. They had a fatality in Melvindale, Sterling Heights, and Troy.
Car fatalities?
Yes.
Wow.
All those places, this was week before last, a couple of weeks ago. I was passing out literature at the airport at the function Saturday, and a man tapped me on the shoulder and said, sir, well, I know what you're doing, but the accidents that happened last week, that's nothing. They just ran through a house last weekend. It's not being reported by the newspapers or TV stations or the TV news. So he told me, he said, this is nothing. They just went into a house.
Just drove the car right into a house.
They was going so fast that they drove, but it's not being reported.
Well, that's why we here, to report it. And folks, I'm telling you, this is the media you want to be connected with, because sometimes the mainstream media don't think some of these things are important to you, but we do.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing about people in Detroit, you got to understand, you do not have to take this. You do not have to live like this. Don't get immune to thinking that you have to.
Mm-hmm.
You can go to Lansing and complain. You have everything to gain and nothing to lose. You have nothing to lose if you go up there. But if you don't go up there, you could lose a person. You could lose somebody's strength to walk around and be mobile. You could lose yourself. And don't think because you have a job or you are affiliated with the city or the state that you are immune. Your car can get hit too. So if you can't go to Lansing, you may have one of those jobs where you just can't speak out. Have one of your relatives speak out. And then I will say this right now. If you go to a church, I would appreciate it. Ask your pastor, are we going to Lansing?
Yeah, I like
Ask your
that.
pastor again.
I like that.
Are we going to Lansing?
I think they're going to go to Lansing.
And then the other thing is if he kind of stall, just tell him I think we need to go. And we need to go as a group because a church is in the business of saving lives. So you can save the lives right on the street. Church sisters, grandmamas, grandfathers, you have power. Do what you have to do because you're the one that got to look into the mirror. In Detroit, Again, as I said, there are about 4 people each week getting slain or injured, crippled, paralyzed, and maybe more than that.
Well, this is what you got on the fly, Mr. Ford. I don't want to cut you off, but I want to let people know. I put the flyer up here to the camera so you can see. And Step Up for Safe Driving is serious, but it's on the flyer. It says 1,123 people in Michigan die each year in traffic accidents. It's about 21 people per week. In Detroit alone, 156 deaths, equaling 3 per week, and 20,000 accidents, folks. So you might not get killed, but you might get injured and crippled for life.
Right.
But the other thing is, I want to say this. People, you have nothing to lose also, because you're paying the highest insurance rates in the nation.
Yes.
You're paying the highest insurance rate in the nation. And you got to understand, if we go there, we get the ears, I want this to be a national recognized event, because I want the nation to know what we're going through here. We're not going to settle. We need 1,000 people in Lansing. Be one of the 1,000. Be able to look back and say that I went to Lansing. I went to the Million Man March. I would never forget that.
That's right.
And I'm so proud that I went. Every year I get prouder and prouder when I look at that big picture of 1 million people. So I want people to understand this. If you go to Lansing, or when we go to Lansing, you're just going to be the first city to stand up and say enough is enough. This is happening in Michigan and in Memphis. It's happening in Louisville, Kentucky. The person that printed these flyers for me and made the first flyers for me was from Miami, Florida. And they say, we're going to defer the cost because you're doing something that we should be doing. He said, just pay for the paper it's printed on. Because they want to follow us. You understand, people, you are going to make history if you go to Lansing, because you will be the first city to step up and say enough is enough. There's a complete disregard of the law by young people. Understand that much.
I know my brother be down there, Brother Carl Cummings. He was in a car accident over on 12 Mile Road in Telegraph about 2 months ago. He had a surgery just this week on his neck because of that. So, folks, I'm telling you, and he going to be out for a while. You get surgery on your neck, you're going to be down for a little while. Luckily, he retired, so he don't have to worry about missing work and all that stuff.
Right.
But it's just the fact that, folks, nobody is immune to this, like Mr. Ford said.
But like, I just want to say one other thing. Some people, you may not be able to go, but get your computers and your phones working now. Google Detroit red lights. Just Google Detroit red lights and pass it on to some people.
And you also got an email address, right?
And the email address is DetroitRedlights@gmail.com. Just Google it. And the website is just Detroit Red Lights. But share this information. There will be buses leaving September 18th from Burt's Warehouse. In other words, I'm not saying you can come and get on the bus, because you have to call me at 586-918-3061 to pay $35 just to ride to Lansing and ride back. Now, to ride to Lansing, you're saving parking fees, gas, getting out, plus you're going to be closer to the mall. So $35 is nothing, but get that in soon. But make sure whatever way you go, if you have to crawl, get there. Whatever way you can get there, get your girlfriends, get your sisters, and all the rest, and go up there. After that, do whatever you want, but make sure that you go, because, as I said, September 19th, you're going to have to, and the days after that, you're going to have to look in the mirror, and you're not going to be able to be somebody else when you look in that mirror. You're going to be whoever you are. Did you stand up for your people?
That's right.
You're being overlooked.
And you know, Ms. Bro and Brother Ford did a lot of work on this piece.
Yes, and has been working on it for quite a long time now. It's a very important project that he's been working on. This should be a movement. People should understand it just because they have not been hit yet doesn't mean they won't be. There was a report even for someone going onto the freeway down a ramp going the wrong way.
Ooh, yeah, that happens a lot.
and it seems to be increasing. You're right. And now the legislators in Lansing are coming up with ideas that would stop it or at least curb it, I'm sure. So this is an important issue that needs to be addressed as well. And if they're addressing that one, you know they can address this one and anything else that pertains to saving the lives of people in our community.
I want people to understand this. People are making conscious decisions to run red lights.
Yes.
They know 20 or 30 or 40 feet out that I'm going to just run this red light. It's a complete disrespect for the law. In other words, they consciously saying, I'm going to go through. Well, we need a law that says if the police officer can prove that you made a conscious decision that I'm going to just run this red light, I don't care who on the other side, you will pay dearly. And that's what it should be.
I just like to say, I think this is a movement now. You had, Mothers Against Drunk Driving.
Yes.
Which is a movement.
Yes.
Now we dealing with people, like you said, they're not necessarily drunk. They making a conscious decision to just run through lights because they're in a hurry or they just don't care or whatever. And this is dangerous. And this is why you even got in touch with Governor Whitmer's staff about this.
So I talked to Governor, yes, I did. And I talked to Senator Chang, and I sent to Senator Kavanaugh about it. People know about this. And also, I just want people to know I will be back up in Lansing, going through the offices, knocking on doors, sliding papers under the doors. We have to have 1,000 people in there. Be one of the thousands. As I said before, you're just going to be the first city in the nation to stand up and say enough is enough. Other cities are waiting to see what happens in Detroit. So, actually, that's all to it. Do not sit at home thinking that it's not going to happen. Because if it doesn't happen to you, fine. But what we're trying to do is eliminate the chances of you being incapacitated. Anyway.
Everybody mark your calendar, September the 18th. We're going to meet down at Burst at 9 a.m. So you want them there a little bit earlier, right?
Yeah. Well, we want to leave early. You don't have to meet at Burst. If you want to, you can just drive on up to Lansing if you're not getting on the bus with us. Or if you have told some people to meet at Burst, fine. But actually, you can go on up to Lansing, get settled. As a matter of fact, some people can go up there the night before and spend the night, have a shop and window shop, do whatever you do. But be there September 18th at 9 o'clock. That is the main thing. But the main thing now is to Google Detroit red lights or YouTube it. I want to say one other thing about voting that you talked about earlier before I start talking about this. I would like for every pastor around the nation, and spread this around the nation, around the city of Detroit. Pastors, you're going to have to get out your pulpits. You're going to have to go to the basketball courts. You're going to have to go somewhere and find some more voters. The people in the church, they're going to vote. And they're going to tap some people to vote. You're going to find your voters, new voters, and people that's going to defeat Trump. You're going to find him out on the basketball court, out there practicing football. That's where you're going to find your new voters, doing some other things. You're going to have to get out the pulpits if you want this to really be a successful election.
Yes, indeed, Miss Broughton. And we were talking this morning about we better have an agenda.
Yes.
It's a lot going on. We're dealing with the school to prison pipeline. We need to talk about that again. That didn't seem like we didn't put that down.
And the illiteracy has to be front and center as
Yes.
well. And the reparations, I know a lot of
Get
people
back
don't
to our
wanna
health
talk
care
about
piece.
that.
You know.
Yes.
The other thing, as I was saying, it won't be, and I'll say this, it won't be able to go to, a lot of times they want to wait and say souls to the polls 2 weeks before election day.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen this time. Pastors, ladies, tell your pastors, say, can we go somewhere and take our congregation and set up some voting booths or whatever? You can't do it in the church. It's not going to be souls to the polls this time, or Barack and Michelle Obama coming out 1 week before election day and getting everybody rallied. It's some people out there that do not want you to succeed, and they're going to be doing everything.
You're right about that. And that's why we talked about the ballot. Me and Brother Wayne Bernard a couple of weeks ago. We went over the entire ballot.
Right. And that is important that people know. There's one other question that has come up, and that is for those people who got a ballot already, the absentee voters, and they voted for President Joe Biden. What do they do? Well, they really don't have to do anything, because the election on August the 6th is not the election where you would have missed voting
Right.
for Kamala Harris. It's November's election where you have to be concerned about the person you want to vote for president of these United States. We have the primary in August, on the 6th of August, and early voting has already started.
Which is next Tuesday, by the
And
way.
right. Oh, Lord, yes, a week from now. And we also have the election in November. November is after the convention, the Democratic convention, etc. And you will know that Kamala Harris has been confirmed to be the candidate of the ballots that are coming out for November the 6th.
Tim said we got to go to a break, Miss B.
Oh, this is moving fast. Well, we have to stop and pause for the cause and stay tuned. Refresh your morning beverages, and we'll be back momentarily.
I'm James Ford, founder of the Obama Weekend, and a partner of the Hood Research Team, composed of the knowledgeable Theo Broughton, the super analyst Henry, and the colorful Al Martin. This team discusses politics, seen and not seen, at the national, state, and local level. But to enhance the goals of this team, join or donate to Hood Research by visiting Twitter or Facebook, or visit hoodresearch.org, or call 248-234-2371. You can also join Hood Research on Phonecast every Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time by calling 978-990-5000, access code 338729. Thank you very much.
It's the These Nuts Show with your host, Butter and friends. Butter here, magician escape artist, practicing for my show tonight. Come on in, have a seat.
All right, everybody settle. Butter, you're on in 5, 4, 3, 2.
In a few seconds, you gotta be enough to get out of this one. Twist a little turn, ta-da!
It's showtime. It's your old friend Butter here. I may be a nut, but I know to wear my mask.
Please welcome our first guest tonight, fitness guru, Wally Wallman.
Our Woody Woodland here to tell you to wash your hands with soap and water for 20 seconds so you will stay healthy and strong like me.
Almond Cruz here, sliding in with the news. Distance is what we must do to stay away from the chew and other germs in the air that might be trying to get on you. Social distancing is a wonderful way to see friends. As long as you're 6 feet apart, you win.
Hey there, friends. I wouldn't miss this for the world. It's me, Pumpkin Spice, your healthy girl. Remember, it's important to use your kind hearts and follow the signs to stay healthy and safe at all times.
Chica Chiminsky here to say, don't forget the little ones that need you to lead the way. That's how we remember to wash our hands, mask, and social distance today.
Morgan Raisin. Yes, it's me, here to sing about health and safety. We are all here to help get a message out to your grapevine, teaching healthy choices to stay safe all the time.
Don't let these guys drive you nuts. Put your mask on first, they'll let you be. And it keeps me safe from the
chew
that's trying to get on me.
Butter me up. She's right, you know. Thank you, Hallie Cranberry, for joining the show. Let's all be nuts about our health. Social distancing, wash your hands frequently, use hand sanitizer, and wear a mask. Practice what we learned to stay away from the chew germ. We're all in this together. Coming soon, the many adventures of these nuts in a theater near you.
Welcome to WHPR 88.1 FM and TV 33 studios. Inside, you'll find our warm and comfortable guest lobby. For our corporate radio and television meetings, this is our executive boardroom. And for our radio shows, here's our newly renovated radio station, WHPR 88.1 FM. Broadcasting from Detroit, Highland Park, Michigan, where we welcome you to have your own radio show. Just call us at 313-868-6612. Block time is available. We're a versatile station, streaming on the World Wide Web from our radio station at www.fm881whpr.com. Walk with me down the hall to Studio B, where we broadcast live and tape our talk shows on UHF TV 33. Here's our main control room for TV 33. We also have a fully operational kitchen for luncheons and meetings. This is our brand new Virgin Islands studio, boasting live audio and video capabilities. Also on site is our 199-foot broadcast tower. Let's talk about our movie studio, Studio A, the home of Studio 33. It's designed for video shoots, photography sessions, plays, receptions, rehearsals, and concerts. The facilities boast a 35-foot ceiling, a 15-foot garage door, and Studio A is 4,000 square feet in size, with 2 endless cyc walls, 3 portable screens, including a green screen. Located at 166 Victor Street in Highland Park, we have gated and well-lit private parking also on the premises. For anyone interested in any of our many amenities, give us a call at 313-868-6612. That's 313-868-6612. Or email us at rjwatkinstv33@live.com. Henry Tyler, Vice President, R.J. Watkins, CEO.
WGPR Detroit, HD2.
You're watching WHPS, Highland Park, Detroit.
Feedback. Hi, this is Theo Broughton,
And I am Thabiti Mpinda,
inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for Feedback.
a positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
and take us along with you. Feedback, feedback, feedback.
And we are back for the last segment of our show. And thank you for staying tuned on this nice Monday morning. It's beautiful outside already, you know, and you should get out and take a little walk, do some deep breathing, little exercise, because this is a movement. We need to choose freedom. We need to protect democracy. We need to encourage everyone we know to get out and vote. The early voting has started. Absentee ballots have started. And if you need additional information, don't hesitate to call the clerk's office. It's a 313-876-0190. Again, 313-876-0190. For any additional information that you may need, if you want to make sure that you're on the rolls to vote, there's something called the QVF, Qualified Voters File. QVF, Qualified Voters File, has everyone's name in it, and it is in the custody of the Secretary of State. And any other information that you need, if you want a ballot mailed to your home, call that number and ask them about getting one out to you. Again, the number is a 313-876-0190. Mark?
Ooh, what a show today. I mean, folks, it don't get no better than this. We care about the community, community-minded. That's what it's about. So, Brother Ford, man, we just so glad you're out there doing the work, brother.
Yeah.
Getting things done. You say you got something else
I just
on your
got
mind.
one thing to say. I just want to say this to all the churches, sisters, pastors, whatever you got, little church, big church, whatever you have. I would appreciate it. I think the children in the neighborhood, the people that drive, the elderly, whatever, walking the streets would appreciate it. Have a prayer breakfast over at your church the Sunday before we go to Lansing. Draw the interest with just a prayer breakfast. I don't want any of proceeds. I don't want anything. Nobody wants anything. The Detroit Red Lights don't want any. Have your own proceeds. Have a rally. Make you some money. Raise you some funds for whatever. But have a prayer breakfast in your neighborhood, at your church. And then if you want me or one of the staff, anybody from Hood Research will come and speak about the red light situation, we'd be glad to. But have something at your church to ignite people to be at Lansing on September 18th. So that's the only thing I want to say. And definitely get out and vote.
Now, the telephone number?
586-918-3061.
Again?
Again, slowly, 586-918-3061. And Google Detroit Red Lights and share that on the computer or whatever you can.
Yes, indeed. Now, you got two numbers on the sheet. What's the 701 number?
The 701 is an alternate number just in case something would happen to my phone. That's the phone number of Janice Waters, who helps me, and she will be glad to entertain whatever I can't entertain, but she probably would do a better job than myself because she is very informative. But
all right,
that's good.
That number, folks, for Janice Waters, 701-301-3118. Once again, that's 701-301-3118. And Janice Waters will also be able to give you information you need on Wednesday, September 18th, 2024. Step Up for Safe Driving March. We're going down, letting them know it's going to have to be something done about this situation. This has been a public service announcement.
Right.
I want to thank Theo Broughton and Hood Research staff for letting me on the show. As always, they save the community. They try to help, and wherever help is needed, Hood Research is there. So just thank Theo Broden and the staff, Hood Research, everybody, Mark, and the rest of the staff,
Yes,
the BD,
indeed.
the whole Hood Research
Right.
staff.
Thank you.
All right.
Right. And we appreciate the fact that you're a member of Hood Research. And thank you so much
Thank you
for
very
that
much.
as well. And I want to let people know that every Saturday, Hood Research has its conference call or its in-person meeting. And the conference call is on the website. But for those who have pen and paper right now, I want you to know that you can call, you dial 1, then the area code 978, and the number is 990-5000. 990-5000. Again, 1-978-990-5000. That's for the conference call every Saturday. The phone rings one time, at which point you put in the access code. The access code is 338729. Press the pound key and talk to us. Again, the access code is 338729. Press the pound key and you hear us talking, and we want you to join us. Just say, hey, whatever the name is, James Ford, joining the conference call.
Yes, indeed. And I'd just like to say Mr. Ford has said, look, I'm going to sponsor 2 memberships this morning. So Mr. Ford is sponsoring 2 memberships, folks. First 2 people to call in. If you're not a member of Hood Research, you can become one. You're going to be one because he done sponsored 2 memberships for you. 313-365-7327. Oh, no, not today? Okay, well, call me, 313-510-1250. Mark Cummings, and let me know you want to be a member of Research. We get a membership pack over to you, and you're taken care of. Compliments of Step Up for Safe Driving, Obama Weekend, and Brother James Ford. We want to thank you again, Brother Ford. You're a
Thank
great
you
man.
very much.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Now, you know, we all have a group of people who are looking forward to the affirmation.
Yes, indeed.
And what we need is the birthday of our guests. So we
James
can
Ford
look
said your birthday was April 26th. He said you got to get out of here. And I'm going to tell you, it's interesting, some of the people on this birthday.
April the 26th?
22nd.
22nd? Okay, April the 22nd.
Yes.
It's
on
James
this
Ford's
day.
birthday.
On this day in history, 1928, Jules Stratford LaFontaine, the nation's first African-American deputy solicitor general, was born in Chicago, Illinois. Huh?
Oh,
All
wow.
right, getting things done.
Yeah.
And in 1935, Ruth Burnett Love, Chicago Public Schools' first woman superintendent, was born in Lawton, Oklahoma.
Wow.
So it's about education, and that man is always out there educating folks. So that worked out perfect, as always. Affirmations, people.
All right.
This is the book. Get it in your home.
That's right.
You need it.
It's really a nice resource. Really nice resource.
Indeed, indeed.
Yeah. And thank you so much, James Ford, for joining us this morning to talk about something that is important to our health once again.
I'm going to drop some of these flyers off. Pastor Robinson over at True Love, you're going to see me this week. Drop some of these flyers off to you. And just go to your neighborhood church if you got a flyer. Drop a couple off. They'll make more copies for the congregation and get the information to you.
Right, right.
Excuse me.
That is great.
Yes, indeed.
Great.
So I just, there's a lot been going on down here at the station, Miss Broden. I mean, RJ making moves, and people getting things done. So, this station is
And
becoming
we got to get this movement done. We got to.
Yes, indeed.
Because, as the Reverend Moss said, democracy is on the ballot.
Yes, indeed.
It is. It's just urgent. And you can't just sit around and say, well, somebody else will do it, let them do it. No, you can't depend on somebody else. Because voting is so easy. It's so convenient. You call the office and tell them you want a ballot mailed to your house. You don't have to leave your house. You don't have to leave your backyard. You don't even have to leave your bed. You know? It's 2 things you can do right from there. You can call Hood Research on Saturdays, because our conference call on every Saturday is from 3 p.m. until 6. 3 p.m. until 6. And you call when it's convenient for you. If you have to run to pick up greens or whatever you have to pick up, do that. And then call in at 3:30. You know, if you want to call in at 3 and stay till 4 because you have to go somewhere else and have the card checked or lined or something, then do that. Whatever is convenient for you. But it just takes your phone to get connected with Hood Research every Saturday.
And the calls
from
come
3
from all
until
over
6. They
the
do.
country, all over the world sometimes.
As a matter of fact, oh yes. I interviewed a lady in England. I interviewed a gentleman who was in South Africa. I interviewed a doctor from California. And last Saturday, not last Saturday, Saturday before, Miss Paulette Gibson, who is the president of the NAACP out there in California, called us. And she was on the line for a while with us as well. And that was very interesting. So we have speakers. If there's someone that you think should be a guest on the Saturday show, on the conference call, the Monday morning show where we are right now, just let us know. Let us know.
That's right.
Participate with us. Yeah.
Yeah, give us a call. And you
Tell
can
them-
give me a call. Let's call
Okay.
Mark Cummings sometime. 313-510-1250, and let me know you want to be a member of Hood Research, and I'll make sure you get the membership packet. And we got a lot of goodies for when you join. You get a copy of that Anthony Brogdon Black Business book. You got to have that one. So you get all kind of bonuses for joining Hood Research, because we want you to be a part of what's going on.
That's right.
We are the proxy for you. So, Ms. Brown, they don't have to do a lot of running and ripping. We do it for them.
Right, that's right. and there are so many activities that we have done. We've done so many, I've forgotten about some. Before they put the toy train on Woodward, Hood Research did a business parade down Woodward Avenue.
Yes, they did.
And that was an exciting day. And this lady lived in an apartment building on, Hancock or Woodward. And there was a guy on the radio, Tom Pope used to be on the radio years ago, and she was saying, Tom, you just said down Woodward Avenue, it's over a mile long. I mean, she just went on on and on, I tell you. But it was an exciting day. We've done Black History tours. We've been out of the country in Canada with our Black History tour. We have even done Black History tours right here in the city of Detroit, because there's so many people who are not familiar with their own city.
Man. I just got this note from Brother James Ford. He said this Sunday they're going to meet up at 3 p.m. in Woodward at 8 Mile for a red light meeting. We're going to talk about the red light piece. And he said give him a call for more details. 586-918-3061 to give more details on the meeting. Woodward at 8 Mile, that's a mall right there now. And we're going to talk about it. Red light running meeting. Sunday.
Right.
This Sunday.
This coming Sunday.
3 p.m.
Uh-huh.
That's right.
Oh, wow. That'll be the 4th of...
So I'm sure he'll call in Saturday for the phone call.
Yeah, the Sunday should be the
4th
of August.
Yep.
Do you know whose birthday is the 4th of August, Mark?
Let's check.
I can tell you whose birthday is the 4th of August.
Okay, give me one. Let me see if the name on the list. Whose birthday?
Okay.
Who is
Barack Obama.
Oh, is it August?
His birthday is August the 4th. That's right.
Oh.
That's the reason why James Ford
Would do
has
it.
it on the first weekend of August.
Okay.
But that's in honor of President Barack Obama. August the 4th. Yeah.
So
what
he a
is it?
Leo, the lion.
Okay.
Right. My father was a Leo, 8/19. Okay,
18.
let's see. Who else was on his birthday?
Yeah.
Let's see. James Chaney.
Uh-huh.
You know, he was one of the 3 civil rights workers,
Mhm.
unfortunately, that they found right
Yeah,
outside
had
of
been
Philadelphia, Mississippi.
shot, yeah.
Cheney Schwerner and what was the other guy's name?
Oh, man.
It was Cheney Schwerner
That's his
and
wife. They
the
wrote a
other
book
guy.
about it. Yeah. And the third one is a name you hear most of the time.
Right.
Oh, gee.
We'll get it, though.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see, who else we got here? Maury Wills. He was the manager of the Seattle Mariners. Okay. And he was named the manager in 1980 on that day. Okay. So, I mean, we know we've been breaking barriers and doing a lot of things, but now it's time to just understand we are part of this system, you know. All this breaking barrier stuff get old after a while. You want to be part of the system. You know? I always said when that guy Bobby Jindal became the governor of Louisiana, he wasn't on no Time magazine. I didn't even know the guy was of Indian descent.
Oh, wow.
You know, Bobby Jindal just sound like any other guy there.
Right.
So that means they've
English name.
mainstreamed some of these folks,
Right.
these ethnicities.
Yes.
And, you know, it's like it ain't a big deal when they become governors or senators or own baseball teams or football teams. Because you got an Indian guy owns the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Oh, wow.
Ain't nobody even know that till they had to show his picture because the guys were kneeling at the national anthem.
Oh.
So this is what it means by you're a part of it. That's real integration. See, we keep dealing with the fact that we're not integrated, so we have to let people know this is the first time they did this, or the second time, or we got 3 senators and all this stuff. That's how you know we're not part of this system, folks. And that's what we're battling for. That's why he say democracy on the ballot. We want to be a part of democracy.
Right.
We don't want to be left on the outside looking in, but then we still got to vote for everybody else to get all the benefits.
And the Native Americans vote. Did you know that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So it's this particular election is urgent. It is very urgent.
And you know, not only do they vote, they got lobbyists.
Yeah.
That's how they get casinos.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause they tribes are lobbying Congress too.
Yeah, right,
You
right.
know, so we got to get us some lobbyists for us. Hood
Yeah,
research, we got to
all
get us
right.
some lobbyists.
That's right.
How much time we got, Tim? We got 10 minutes, so
okay.
we got a little more time than I thought we had. So
Oh,
that's good.
all right.
That's good.
Yeah,
You know, what else? Talk about what Saturday was like with all them people in the building.
Well, I was glad that we had an opportunity to have another in-person meeting, and the last one we had was on the west side, so this one was chosen for the east side.
Okay.
And to make it easier for everyone who wanted to participate and couldn't. Well, we did. We had a meet and greet at the beginning because every Saturday, as you know, Hood Research does its conferencing from 3 p.m. to 6. So that was set from 3 p.m. to 6 as well. And so the first part was a meet and greet. We had our light refreshments, and we had an opportunity for people to go up personal to talk to candidates and all of that. So then we started. Of course, Beverly Kendall Walker is the president of the city, how they call it, Detroit City Airport, Friends of Detroit City Airport.
Oh, okay.
Right, and that's been a long time because, you know, the city airport has a new name now. But she introduced herself and welcomed everybody. Then Maureen Taylor was there. And
Detroit Welfare Rights.
Yes.
Okay.
And Maureen Taylor with members from her organization as well. And she had a chance to welcome everybody and thank them for coming, etc. And I did as well. Then after the meet and greet, we had an opportunity to see Reverend Dr. Moss III's, which is about 8 to 10 minutes.
Which everybody got to see today.
This morning, right. Democracy is on the ballot.
And there were candidates that came out, checked in.
Yes. And I was really happy to see the young lady who had made history. So it wasn't just the election information. We moved into the historical information. And so for her to be the first black helicopter pilot.
And she's a member of Hood Research, right?
Yes, she is.
Yeah, I love
yes.
it. I love it.
And
people running for Congress showed up. We had all kind of folk out there.
Oh yeah, she a Congress member already. Yeah. Sri Thanada was there as well. So, I want everyone to know that Hood Research is working very diligently to get information, to get people to come with us. And I have to pause a moment to say that at our 25th anniversary, Hood Research 25th anniversary, Congress member Sheila Jackson Lee was our keynote speaker.
Wow, okay.
She was our keynote speaker, yes. But sadly, I just have to share that she died this past Monday. And,
wow.
So there are no...
That's the sister from Houston, right?
Texas, yes.
Yeah.
From Texas, yes.
She ran for office not here too recently. The mayor, I think it was, right?
We have, yes, we have not received any, information because it was yet about any of the proceedings, from her death. But yes, but she was our keynote speaker at our 25th Hood Research anniversary. And Mark, I just think it's important to have the kinds of things that we have, the things that bring people together, the things that make them come out and not be afraid to meet others, to work with others, and to want to be a part of the community.
Community-minded.
Yeah. And I always say, it's not necessary for you to know everything. What is necessary is for you to know how to find what you need when you need it. And we at Hood Research seek out as much information as we can, especially like the statistics that Mark shared earlier in this program. So that makes you armed with a lot of information. So when you go to other meetings, churches, schools, etc., and people start coming up with information, it's like, wait a minute, that's not accurate. And if you go to the Hood Research or website, you'll see a lot of the information and where you can find it. And if you want to see any of our shows, go to YouTube.
And Facebook.
And that's right, and Facebook. And you can have access to all of that. So the telephone number for Hood Research is area code 248-234-2371. The email is contact@hoodresearch.org. Again, that's CONTACT, the little @ symbol, then HOODRESEARCH.org. There's contact Hood Research at HOODRESEARCH.org. Research contact hoodresearch.org.
That's it.
We want you to join us, share with us. If you have some guests you think would be good on the program, as Mark said, let him know. 313-510-1250.
Yep.
His telephone number, 313-510-1250. You do that. And the shows are on YouTube. So if you miss one, go to YouTube and pull up Hood Research Feedback. And
all the shows.
Watch it, yeah.
So you can pull it up any day. We can interview just about everybody.
That's right. Yeah, watch any of them.
From Fast Freddy to Hill Hopper.
That's right.
We got them covered. And
Yeah.
just want to thank Henry Tyler because he always find a way to get them up there in a timely fashion. So now I think we got 1 minute left, Miss B.
Okay, let's see. And just remember that this coming Saturday is the conference call. And the conference call is from 3 until 6 p.m. 3 until 6 p.m. You can go to YouTube for this show and get the phone number for the conference, or you can call Hood Research and get the phone number for the conference. And if you have somebody that you want to have call in, a candidate, you can have them call in. And for those who already have pen and paper, the number is area code 978-990-5000. Again, that's 1-978-990-5000. It rings one time, and the access code is 338729. Press the pound key and just say, hey, I'm a Hood Research member joining the conference. You just share your name and that you're joining the conference. And we appreciate you tuning in every Monday right here for feedback. Mark?
Just want to say thank you again to Brother R.J. Watkins, our illustrious engineer, Mr. Timothy Smith. Great job. Another Monday in the books. The Beatty is next week, baby.
All right.
Tune in. Feedback,
Right.
9 a.m., 10:30.
Right. Peace.
Feedback. Feedback.
Hi, this is Theo Broughton,
And I am the Beatty Impinda,
inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for feedback.
a positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV. Watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
and take us along with you.
Feedback. Feedback. Feedback.